Guys, these little babies right here, Choux au Craquelin. Put my little spin on it with some strawberries and cream, little edible gold, some herbs from the garden, a little bit of strawberry powder, and some fennel pollen. So you're not gonna want to miss this video, so let's go. Okay guys, so first things first, we gotta make our craquelin. So we have a little brown sugar, our flour, our butter, and some red food coloring. I did use a natural food coloring. It doesn't get as red as your, red 40, but I'd rather not put cancer in my body if I don't have to. Yes, the regular red food coloring will get a lot brighter, so keep that in mind, but I just like to use natural things if I can, when at all possible. That's what I'm using today. First thing we need to do is cream our brown sugar with our butter. I will leave the recipe down in the description below, so be sure to check that out with all the quantities. Whenever I'm doing pastries, I like to weigh out my ingredients because, well, I was trained that way, and as a chef, you want to make sure that you're being consistent, and the only way that you can achieve that, especially with pastries, is if you're weighing things out. Let's go ahead and start making our craquelin. All right, so first things first, we need to cream our brown sugar with our butter, like I said. You can do this in a machine if you want, but I'm just keeping it old school for you all that don't have a mixer. So we'll take our brown sugar. This will just take a couple minutes. Just be patient. Put in some drops of this red food coloring, which is all natural. I believe they derive it from some beets and I think some cranberry extract, if I'm not mistaken. You definitely need a lot more than you normally would. Then we'll add our all-purpose flour. And then now we're just gonna turn this into a dough. You can add freeze-dried strawberry powder to this, maybe like 2 tablespoons if you want. Then we'll go ahead and put a second parchment on top, and then you just want to roll this out probably to about 1/8 or 1/4 inch.
Don't worry about keeping this into a perfect rectangle because you're going to cut it out anyways.
Go ahead and plop this in the freezer for at least 30 minutes to an hour because you really want to harden up this craquelin. All right, so we'll go ahead and pop this in the freezer for about an hour.
All right, while that's chilling in the freezer, let's go ahead and make our pâte à choux.
All right, guys, so let's make our choux pastry. We'll go ahead and take our milk, our water, and our butter. We'll go ahead and melt those down. To this, we'll also add our sugar and our salt. Once this is melted, we'll go ahead and add in our flour. I just like to use a wooden spoon to do this. We want to just cook this flour out, and it'll start to pull away from the sides of the pot. This will take about 3 to 5 minutes. It'll start to get shiny on you too. That's how you know it's pretty much cooked out. All right, so we are there.
All right, next we'll go ahead and put this in a mixer with a paddle attachment.
I like to just put it on about a medium speed. Let that cool down for a couple minutes. So once we have our choux cooled down, we'll just go ahead and add in our eggs. It might not look like much once you add the first one, but once you add the second one, it'll start to come together on you. All right, you want your choux pastry just to plop down just like that. See how it's slowly just giving away like that? That's exactly what you want. All right, one little trick you can do is take your ring cutter, just get a little flour, a little plate of flour, and then you can just mark.
For this, I just used a 2.5-inch ring cutter. All right, be sure when you pipe these up, guys, that you stay inside the lines because they are gonna puff up. All right, and then the same ring cutter that you used to make the marks for your pâte à choux, just go ahead and cut out your craquelin, and then we'll place these right on top.
All right, guys, so once we top these off, we want to cook them at 375 for about 25 to 35 minutes, depending on your oven. You do not want to open your oven during this process because you're going to probably deflate them. So avoid opening at all costs. If you don't have an oven light, just stick your phone light in there. After that, we're going to just crack the door open and turn off your oven and let them cool down completely in the oven. So we'll go ahead and cook these off for 25 to 35 minutes.
All right, so next we need to make a real simple strawberry puree to go with our pastry cream. So we'll just take 300 grams of strawberries, pulse them in a blender, real simple. Put it through a fine mesh sieve to get out any seeds, and then we'll keep in your fridge. Now let's make our beautiful strawberry pastry cream.
First, let's steep our milk. Take our egg yolks, our sugar, and our cornstarch. We'll just go ahead and whisk these until they're light and fluffy. We're gonna just temper our egg yolks. For those of you that don't know how to do this, we're basically just trying to bring our egg yolks up to temp so that we can add them back to this hot liquid without scrambling our eggs. So this is called tempering. Very important step. This is why you don't want to dump all the milk into your eggs at once. Just add a little bit at a time just to bring them back up to temp. I'll add another ladle in here. We're gonna add the eggs back into our saucepan. Since we have the cornstarch in there, that's gonna help the eggs from scrambling as well. Gives it a little extra barrier, a little extra protection. Now we're gonna add our egg yolks back into our milk mixture. And then on a medium heat, you wanna bring this back up to temp. And then we're gonna wait till it comes to a boil. Once it kind of sputters and comes to a boil, I'll show you what we're looking for. Then we're gonna cook it for 1 minute after that. It's already starting to thicken up. See how it's starting to thicken up on you? All right, so now go ahead and cook this for like 1 minute. We saw that sputtering. Take it off the heat. And then to this, we'll add a nice pinch of salt just to season it. 3 tablespoons of butter, cold butter. You don't want warm butter or you have a chance of this splitting on you. You definitely do not want that to happen. And then we'll also add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Definitely check out my video on how to make that. A few more squirts of that red food coloring just to go with the theme. It'll kind of turn purple on you, that's okay. I like to add just about 50 to 100 grams of our strawberry puree to this. I found that if you add too much, it'll just loosen it up too much and you don't want that. So use at caution. Obviously this is gonna thicken up a little bit more as we cool it down. I just like to add just enough just to flavor it. Always taste. That is delectable. You don't have to do this step, but I find that it's always better to err on the side of caution just to make sure in case you did get some scrambled eggs or some little bits that you didn't temper correctly, this will catch it. So it's always good to run it through a fine mesh sieve. Okay guys, so we got our strawberry pastry cream. So just so we don't form a skin on the top, because we have that cornstarch in there, we want to just go ahead and lay some plastic wrap right on top. Go ahead and put this in your fridge and let it cool down for at least 2 hours or best overnight. Real quick, I'm sure you all know how to do this, but just wanted to make some whipped cream. So I'm gonna add about 200 milliliters of cream and then a splash of my homemade vanilla extract. And then we'll go ahead and just start whipping this, and then we'll add just enough powdered sugar to taste. All right, so we want to whip it till just about stiff peaks. That looks pretty stiff right there. And then we'll just add in just enough powdered sugar to sweeten it up. You can add as much or as little as you like.
All right, go ahead and put this on a piping bag with a star tip.
Whipped cream is made. Go ahead and keep this in your fridge until we pipe up our choux au craquelin. Take a serrated knife and we'll just cut off the very top right here. Just be very careful. Look at that nice hollow inside. We're gonna stuff that baby. And then we have our strawberry puree. Hopefully you have some of that left over. I just like to go in with another layer of that. Basil flowers from the garden. Thought it'd be nice just to kind of plop those in there. Have a little sprinkle of some fennel pollen. A little sprinkle of our strawberry powder. And if you want to put the hat
back on.
All right, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I had so much fun making these today. I hope you make them as well. Please drop me a comment if you do and let me know how they turned out. I know they're going to be absolutely delicious. If you have any questions or concerns that you want to address, please feel free to reach out to me. You can email me, and I look forward to seeing you next time.